So this is a session I had a few back-to-back rounds of training with some guys. I had them working some situational training as well as open guard stuff. And so here I'm rolling with Osh in this first round, and one of the training partners from the gym. And he is just working from standing, but this time I'm working half guard. So I kind of get grips in the sleeves and then I assume a half guard position here. Now he's kind of high up on my back, high up on my head, and so I felt like his pressure was allowing me to be able to tip him over towards the trapped leg side. And so now I'm beginning to pass, just kind of checking around there just to make sure we're not off the mat. So I've got an underhook and then a step around and over that leg, and now assume side control with the underhook and using this underhook to turn him to face the right way. Now I'm beginning to advance position. Got the knee on his belly just to try and force him to turn to his side there, and as I take that kind of reverse Keza Katami, he turns to the side, and now I'm looking to advance and take the back. We've got kind of like a gift wrap position, check the surroundings again to then see if I can take the back safely. And so here I've got the back, both hooks in, and I'm working a choke, and I managed to get the one armed rear naked choke. And so we begin again. I begin seated down, and he's a bit far away from me, and so I'm just trying to get him to engage. So I'm going to outstretch my legs, which is normally a no-no to do. So he grabs my leg and tries to pass, but I've got this kind of side guard frame here, and then I shoulder roll to get guard again. So we'll get a sleeve. I don't have the collar, but he's standing up, so basically I've just got this control, and I'm going to see if I can break him down to one knee at least, or two knees. And so, but he's got my sleeve for some reason, and so it's making it a little bit awkward. But I've got him to a place where now I can actually control his collar as well. So that's what I've got. So I've got collar, and I think I've got a sleeve control as well. And so now I've changed strategy here. I'm looking to see if I can loop choke him. So he's beginning to stand, but I use my leg to kind of break his posture down, and then as he comes down, I turn to the side and finish the loop choke. Just trying to get in there to do like a kind of like a push-pull reaction. So as he stepped down, it made the loop choke easier, so we didn't have to force it. So this time, I'm now beginning to pass. I'm just going to see he's trying to establish spider guard, and I'm just giving a little bit of resistance there, just pushing his legs back and forth to then see if I can pass the guard. Pushing left, pushing right, and then now actually I was gonna put a leg drag to the left, which most people do. So I was trying to make it a point to go to the other side, the side that nobody really passes to, and so there kind of do like a really bad leg drag, and I've kind of passed the guard, got the knee in the belly, or the reverse knee in belly, and so to get a good pin, I back step and for to mount, and he's still on the side, so then I kind of rush the position here, and I'm looking to actually go for a collar choke because I felt it open there, and I'm going off the side, and I don't feel comfortable with doing that. So what I'll do is I'll just stay on top rather than losing the position entirely. I think I tried to switch for an arm bar there, and then just felt like I was losing it. So just get into top position, and then work to retake the back again. And then if I can finish a collar choke. So he's not quite on his, he is a little bit on his side, but I'm just trying to force him now to roll to his other side so I can finish the collar, but he's got a grip on my my sleeve, and it's making it a bit difficult. And I felt my forehead grazing the carpet instead of the mat, so I figured just to bail, reset in the middle, and we can restart. One of the things we were working in this session was the Americana, so just doing this little knee slide to mount and then see if he can finish the Americana. And so this is what he's trying to do here. So he's got my arm isolated, now he's got the figure four, and now he's tasked to try and finish it. And so my job is basically just to defend it and then see if I can get guard back here. And so I can't really tell what I was doing to defend, but essentially I got a guard back, and I think it's half guard, and so now back into the position I've been thinking of working on, and managed to get to the side, and then tip him off to that side. And I've got a head and arm here, and I'm looking to do a Peruvian necktie, and I attempt it, but the round ends before I could finish it. And so we begin the next round, this time with Lewis, who's newer to jiu-jitsu, and certainly to gi jiu-jitsu because he's borrowing my old one. And so begin, get the sleeves, and just playing around with a loose open guard, and just seeing what opportunities open up. And so there, I tried to kind of loop the leg as well, but he stepped back, and then I've kind of got this weird position where I've got a spider, but I've also got half guard, or in this case it's like 3/4. It's like his knees through, but I feel he's off to the side. So what I'm going to try and do is, since I've got sleeve controls, I'm going to try and shrug him forward so that I can take his back, and so that's what I've done. But the back take was kind of sloppy, actually very sloppy, and so I haven't got any hooks at all. And so I'm just going to try and establish position here. So managed to get both hooks in, and I've got wrist control, and I think I've got one arm around the neck, and I think I'm trying to work a one arm choke again, but the angle's not quite right, and he's moving. So turn over to the other side just to keep the hooks, but he's still kind of off to the side, so it's not as easy. But I've got the figure, so I've got the arm around the throat, and then I release the grip in the wrist to finish a normal rear naked choke, the standard Mata Leao finish. And so we start this time. I'm going on top. So kind of similar to what I was doing with Osh, just kind of mucking around with like Toreandos to see, getting to engage his legs to then build a guard, and just kind of keeping myself away and Toreandoing. And so it's pretty difficult for him to get his feet in play to then work an open guard. So I pass to that weak side, and then I've got like a neo belly here, but I'm using a collar tie to keep myself close to him when he's trying to push me away, and then before I come down to establish a side control. So I've got side control, and I've got the collar grip there. It looks like, looks like I'm looking for a bread cutter, so that's what I'm going for. So I'm going underneath the shoulder to grip in the gi. It's a choke I don't really do very often, but I'm just working it here. And so I've got to get a grip where I'm comfortable with on that underneath the shoulder, before then I pass the arm over the neck, the right arm that is, over the neck to then finish. And so then I'll sink my right hip down and then squeeze to finish the choke. This might be a choke I actually go back to working again, because I'm not really happy with that. But anyway, so restart, and I'm working open guard again. And so I've got this kind of spider guard, foot in the hip, foot on the bicep, and then just kind of getting a push-pull reaction to then release it, to then go straight into a triangle. And so here is not in a position to finish the triangle, but it's got my legs locked. So all I need to do is just get him to, or break his posture down a bit further. And so just kind of playing with the balance of his leg, so that I'll bring his head lower and lower before I then change the angle, then tie in the triangle. So now I've got it here. So squeeze the legs together, and then finish the triangle choke from the spider guard entry. At this point, I was training. I hadn't done many triangles because I was fairly recently back into rolling after my Achilles injury. So I tried to avoid triangles, but I think I was trying to get used to doing them again at this point. This video was recorded. But anyway, like, I'm trying to pass his open guard now, using that leg to break his grip that he had on the sleeve. And now I'm going to see if I can lower myself to try and get a pin. But again, here, grabbing the inside of the knees, see if I can step over. That's kind of like a lazy step over that leg. But managed to pass the weak side, get the underhook, knee slide into side control. So I've got underhook on that side, and then we go to advanced position, climb a bit higher up, and then switch my base, then go to mount, and then see if I can get a choke before the timer runs out. So I'm working to get my grips now, established position, and looking to see if I can lock my hands together, but the round ends, and we have finished the session of training. And yeah, it was a good one, good training, and with a busier mat, busier than 2 people normally. It's double to 4, but anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next commentary videos.